Welcome into the Georgia Votes bonus politics roundtable, streaming right here on 11 Alive Plus and elsewhere all over the internet. Joining us are political experts Mark Roundtree, a Republican strategist, Val Sabak, a Democratic strategist, and from the AJC, the leader of the AJC politics team, Shannon McCaffrey. Shannon has a very busy job, and this was supposed to be an off-cycle year. We're heading into 2026. We're just going to get even busier. But Shannon, let's start with you. If you are in Georgia and if you have television, you've probably seen part of this ad blitz that's been rolled out targeting Lieutenant Governor Bert Jones. He's a current Republican candidate for governor. This ad was brought by a group called Georgians for Integrity. There's now a state ethics complaint filed against them, accusing this group of being a, quote, dark money group. A lot of questions swirling. We can get into all that in a moment, but Shannon, your first thoughts, how notable is it to see such a heavy ad buy, not even in the election year?
This early, yes.
And an expensive ad buy,
yes.
too. I mean, millions of dollars, right?
It would not surprise me at all to see this in March or April. It is surprising to see it in December, the year before an election year. But it also shows, it shows that they are trying to take out the top contender. I mean, it also just shows, I think, that Bert Jones is clearly the favorite, and they're trying to knock him off early. You know, I mean, some of the claims in there, you know, have been in the news, and we've reported about them at the AJC. But they are, you know, presented without a lot of context, and presented in a way that catches people. You know, when there's a billboard in Middle Georgia, there's stuff on TV. It's going to catch people, and it's going to stick.
And you know, one of the lines of one of the ads is, it alleges Bert Jones, Lieutenant Governor, is, quote, profiting off taxpayers. Bert Jones has pushed back aggressively against that. He said through a spokesperson, anonymous, baseless attack ads are what cowards hide behind when they can't win on ideas. Shannon, you said something. You said this ad indicates they are trying to knock off the front runner. Who they is a big question right now. Val, we see a lot of money being spent by a group that, according to a complaint in front of the State Ethics Commission, people are unsure who's behind it. Two GOP significant contenders in the governor's race, Brad Raffensperger, the Secretary of State, Chris Carr, the Attorney General, their camps have both denied any involvement in this pretty forcefully. How unusual is it that it's tough to figure out who's behind this?
Yeah, I mean, it can be pretty unusual. Usually you have ways to find out, you know, you look at the filings, you look at, you know, where the mailbox is positioned. I've asked a bunch of people, and I have not found anybody who has been like, oh, I know who it is, or we have some kind of idea. Nobody knows who's doing it.
And Mark, I see you shaking your head as well.
No, I don't think at this stage, I don't know anybody that does know who it is.
You guys are, I mean, very connected. Everybody on this panel.
But that does mean
that's surprising.
It's probably, what you can surmise from this is, it's a relatively small donor group, because if a large number of donors get together, it is going to be known that, you know, nobody keeps a secret in politics. So this is either funded by a singular person who puts money into some sort of organization, whether it's a 527 or whether it's something that's just simply illegal. But I don't think it's fair to say that this is a big movement of donors, and that's why it may not. I find it difficult to believe, by the way, that the beneficiaries of this do not know probably who it is, but they have plausible deniability usually in these circumstances.
And that's what they've said, at least, and we should be clear here too. The State Ethics Commission has not ruled on this yet. They say they're investigating, they're looking into it. This is kind of a question mark going into the new year. Shannon, let's bring you in.
I wanted to say one thing as the journalist on the panel and an advocate for transparency. I really do wish the laws were created in such a way that we could find out who it was. That it is a shame that we are not able to figure out who is paying for this ad buy. Not that it exists, but that we don't know who's behind it.
Is it an early taste, Val, of the tenor and the volume of the political conversation we can expect to see in the midterms coming up?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think, you know, I think somebody was joking. We've had like elections nonstop since like 2017 for the most part. And so I think we're just going to keep kind of seeing that now that Georgia has kind of moved in a little bit more to be a competitive state, a more purple state. I think that we're going to see that. I think we're going to see attacks from all over. And that's just going to be what 2026 is.
Mark, one of the dynamics that we've talked about on the roundtable for a couple months now, and it's really come to focus lately, is the state legislature. It's about to fire back up. The new session starts in January. You have got a lot of people under the Gold Dome running for office, either to keep their seat or in many cases running for a new office. State reps running for state senate, state senators looking to become attorney general or lieutenant governor. You got the lieutenant governor who leads the state senate running for governor. There's this kind of
Yeah.
trickle up effect happening in some ways. How much will politics color the conversation under the Gold Dome as legislators still have to make laws here?
Well, there's a couple of changes. In answer to your question, some of the things they're going to address really should benefit Bert Jones in the upcoming legislative session. Chris Carr cannot make legislation, cannot propose or vote on it. Same with Brad Raffensperger, our Secretary of State. They can't actually affect policy or propose policy, whereas Jones can kind of put up policy as he views needed. So he, I think, will focus heavily on the elimination of the income tax. A second issue that's going to now, I think, percolate up very quickly is going to be property tax relief. That's going to be that's going to be the next issue, I think, that comes down the pike is property tax relief.
And those are, Shannon, let's bring you back in. Your colleague, Greg Bluestein, sat in that very chair a week ago, and he brought this up. And Joshua Edmonds, a Republican strategist, did as well, pointing to there may be a dual trend line of the state Senate looking at trying to eliminate the income tax, state House possibly looking at trying to eliminate the property tax. Can any of this get done?
Well, that's always the question at the legislature. And if it does get done, it'll probably be in the final moments or days. But we did a poll a little while back, and we asked about both income tax relief and property tax relief. And more of our respondents were interested in property tax relief than eliminating the state income tax. So that's just what our poll showed.
And we're short.
Florida is about to do both. They have no income tax in Florida, and the Governor DeSantis has proposed eliminating property taxes there, and that would be a huge boon for real estate in Florida.
The big question, of course, Georgia's got to, like many states, got to keep a balanced budget. So if you lose that revenue, how do you make it up? Val, we're short on time. The last word to you. Looking back at 2025, looking ahead to 2026, what is the distilling theme that you think about when we go into this big election year?
Affordability. That's going to be the number one thing that people are going to be talking about. The thing that they're going to be fighting over at the Gold Dome is which party, which chamber is going to be able to put more money back into Georgians' pockets. I think that's what that's the key issue that we're going to watch.
And we are going to all see how it plays out really quick because the holidays come, they go by, and then the session is on, and then primaries are on, and then it's off to the races. We're out of time here, guys. Thank you as always. Thanks for watching us. We'll see you next time for another edition of the Georgia Votes bonus streaming panel.